Russ, last night was the FA Cup third round draw, and you've been drawn away at Burnley. What are your thoughts on the draw?
Yeah, it's Premier League opposition. I think it's one for the players to look forward to be excited about. We have a lot of games before then, obviously, but yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting. It's a very interesting draw for us. It'll be a very tough game, obviously. That goes without saying because of the job that Sean Dyche has done there over a long period of time, and the culture they all buy into, and the work rate and the intensity they play at. So it's going to be really tough, obviously, but it's one I think all the players can look forward to, going to a Premier League club with no pressure on them at all, no one expecting anything, and hopefully we can go there and surprise a few people with a performance and a result. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I think it's definitely something for the players to look forward to. There's no doubt about it. Any chance you get to play against the Premier League opposition is a real chance to showcase what you've got and what you're about as a team and the players. So I think they can all look forward to it.
Of course, your side is well versed in playing teams that are 2 leagues below, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. So it's not always easy. So hopefully we'll go there and make it difficult for Burnley. So yeah, I'm just really pleased that we've avoided 2 potential banana skins, if you like, what they get called traditionally in the FA Cup, when a lot of other teams have fallen. And yeah, I'm delighted with the way they've gone about it with 2 really professional performances. We'd like more goals. We've created a lot of chances in both games. But yeah, I'm just delighted we're through, and the players have got their reward with a decent cup tie.
It was a case of patience paying off on Sunday, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, I think if we don't concede first, every game we have a chance to turn it into that. I think towards the end of the game, we have 2 unbelievable chances in the first half and don't score. I think they had 1 shot early on. Obviously, after that, they're never really close to our goal. And then after the second half, we could score 3 or 4 goals quite comfortably, and we don't. So that's the only frustrations. We didn't score. We didn't convert enough chances, but we're playing against a team who are just working so hard to stop us, and have obviously done a lot of work on watched us previously. So it's not easy, but we get to 80 minutes, they get really tired, 1-0, and then after that we have a lot of chances to have to open up. So it's how every game should end up for us, really, if we don't concede first. It's as simple as that. And there'll be games where we score early, there'll be games where we have to wait until the 90th minute to score. But if we don't concede first, I think you can see, how hard the other team have to work, how physically tired they were towards the end because they haven't had much of the ball. And we went there and we were able to rest a few players for this week, for a big week. And the players who came in did a really good job and won the game for us. So yeah, I was really pleased with the performance. I thought it was really positive overall. It never once turned into the old traditional cup tie. We weren't hanging on at the end at all, protecting a lead. In fact, we looked more likely to score. And so it's not easy. So yeah, I think as far as I'm concerned and what other people expect, etc., I'm really pleased with it. We got through, really professional, 2 clean sheets in that competition, and we move on, we roll on, and we've got another tie to look forward to.
How's Jordan Houghton doing? Obviously we saw him come off early in the game on Sunday.
Yeah, I can't believe it wasn't given as a foul. It was a horrible tackle. The fact it's not even been punished with a foul is just outrageous. So yeah, it's not a nice one for Jordan, and he's got a scan tomorrow once it's all settled down. But we don't envisage having him for the next 3 or 4 weeks at least. So fingers crossed. But yeah, it wasn't a nice tackle. It wasn't needed at that stage in the game on that area of the pitch at all. But it's happened, and the players got away with it, and Jordan hasn't. So yeah, I'm really annoyed about it, as you can probably tell. And Jordan's really upset with it. And yeah, so hopefully we'll get him back fairly soon. But it's not going to be in the next 3 or 4 weeks for sure, I don't think.
And how's the rest of your treatment room getting on?
Yeah, okay. Joe Mason's getting there slowly but surely, and I think everyone else is, pretty much there now. So I think we've got everyone else ready and available and able to train, which is real positive for us. So yeah, it's just Jay and Joe, and obviously now Jordan there at the moment, and hopefully we'll get them all out there as quickly as we possibly can.
I didn't think it looked like that. It was over a month since George Williams played on Sunday. He was mighty, wasn't he?
Yeah, he done well, George. Yeah, it was really pleasing to have him back. Yeah, I was really pleased with George. I think he felt really happy to be back, and it was a good, as I said, it was a good team performance, and he was part of that. So it just gives us more strength in depth, more competition for places. We've got to be patient with George because he's only just come back, so can't expect him to just play loads of games really quickly. So we have to manage him now because we want to avoid him picking up anything else and make sure he's fit for us for the remainder of the season. So, but yeah, really pleased with George, and it was good, and he adds a bit of voice and adds energy and tempo to our game. So yeah, really pleasing for him.
It was the first time I think we've seen all four of Richard Keogh, Dean Lewington, Andrew Surman and Cameron Jerome on the pitch all at the same time. Well, in fact, I think Surman had come up, but you got at least all four on the pitch on Sunday. I mean, that level of experience for a League One club is remarkable, isn't it? And somebody next to me said, "God, I had no idea that MK Dons had this level of experience in their team."
Yeah, I think it's a massive help to the young players. I think you could see that. I think you could see the big difference when Cammy come on and Scott Fraser come on as well. I was really pleased with Andy Surman on Sunday. I thought he was excellent. He needs games to get back to full fitness, but he looked really good, really comfortable. So yeah, I think it's a huge benefit to us. I don't think you can underestimate the value they bring with their experience, with their quality, and their character. You know, they bring so much value. I think a lot of people undervalue or underestimate the importance of experience, especially when we have so many young players. You know, Nate Soranola, Dave Kusumu, Andrew Fisher, all these guys who are really young, really early on in their career, and it's really important for them to have good examples and people to protect them, to help protect them and help them grow and develop, and that's what those guys will do. And their own level of performance is really high, which obviously is the most important thing that they bring and contribute on the pitch, which they all do. And as Cammy did, as he is doing, he's contributed hugely, and he's getting better and better with every game because he's getting fitter and fitter. Andy Surman will be the same, and Keezy and Dean just give us such a consistent level of performance every single game. So they're really important to us. Everyone knows that, everyone can see that, and the more we can have them in the spine of the team, the better we are, and they make the other players around them better.
And he doesn't take many chances, does he, Cameron, before he finds them there?
No, yeah, I think I don't know. I said when he signed, there's this myth that he's not a goal scorer and all that stuff, but he is. You know, when you play a lot of games in the Premier League with teams who are fighting to stay in the league, chances are very few and far between. So he's paid for that during his career. But whenever he's been in the Championship, the league below, I played with him when he scored 20 plus goals in a season, and he was incredible. The character he brings, the confidence he gives the team, and I knew he'd score goals here. It was as simple as that. And I think it's different if you're signing an older player who's not very hungry anymore, who's who's just playing just for the sake of it or just to earn some money. He's not. He's desperate to prove to people he's still alive and kicking after being away for a couple of years, and desperate to prove people wrong that maybe wrote him off a little bit this summer and with not signing him or asking him to go on trial, etc. So he's got a real fire in his belly to prove people wrong, and he's doing that. I think he's got 5 in 10 now. I think his minutes to goals ratio is very, very high, and he's only going to get better. He's only going to get fitter and stronger, which is probably a real worry for some opposition defences, because him getting fitter and stronger with the position he's in at the minute is going to be a concern for them and brilliant for us.
Well, we all hope they can do the job against Charlton tomorrow night. What sort of threats do you think they're going to bring to the table?
Obviously, they're a very good side. They have a real expectation every game of them. They expect to go into it and be dominant, and they're very aggressive, very intense. Have really good energy, really good athleticism, and their mentality is strong. You know, they talk about our experienced players. They've got the same with Darren Pratley, Ben Watson. People like that who really help them. Chris Gunter, they have a lot of Championship experience, Premier League experience. So it'll be a tough game for us, but it's one I'm really looking forward to. You know, I think it'll be a good game of football. There's no doubt about it. I think the pitch is a good pitch. It would certainly help us. I think we've got to go there with. I think we've lost 1 in 6 or 7 now. 1 in 5 or 6 in the league or whatever it is. We're becoming really difficult to play against first and foremost, and if we can convert the chances we create, we've got a really good chance of going there, and we're going to get a performance. I feel that every single game. I go into every game excited about what the team can create and what they can produce, and we're going to go there and get a performance. I don't doubt that, and we just have to make sure we convert that into a result. and I'm excited for the players. It'll be a really good game. It's a really good stadium to play at. I always really enjoy playing there. I think the players should be really looking forward to it. They're really looking forward to it, and we're not going to go there with any fear, trepidation. We respect what they have because they are a good side, but we're going to go there and try and be us and put on a good performance, and hopefully it'll be enough.
And bumping into a couple of your old teammates and players.
Yeah, big Chucks and obviously Gills. So Chucks has been excellent for them in recent weeks, watching their games. He's been a real threat for them, so obviously we know all about that. So it's up to us to make sure we negate that threat and try and play to our strengths. And obviously Gills is coming back from an injury, so but he's done well for them as well. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be good to see those guys after the game. But the focus is on us going there and trying to win the game. It's as simple as that. And I'm sure both of them guys, obviously Alex a bit more because he worked under with what we were doing. He'll be trying his best to give them as much information as possible to try and beat us and stop us. So yeah, that's football. It's how it works. But I think they're both fans' favourites here at this club, and they're appreciated for what they did. But now they're not. They play for Charlton, the opposition. So we have to go there and try and beat them and put any alliances or allegiances we have with them guys to one side.
Nice one, thank you, Ross.
No probs. Cheers, Toby.